Assalamu alaikum, people. Yes, it's Sunday, bro. It's gonna do me like 6 miles, man, in my Busterville, California track where I always go. I might just go to Manhattan, just go from Manhattan and go down there to Redondo. That's like 3.5 miles there and 3.5 miles back, and I'll just park at Manhattan. Yeah, that's what I'll do. But anyway, I want to touch on, man, a few things, man, that these dudes, bro, that they glorify inside this United States ghettos culture, where they want everybody to adhere to their rules and regulation and their laws, bro. And they act like you can't be a man to drop your flag or denounce or get away from that particular type of atmosphere. And it blows me away, man, on how brothers try to hold other individuals accountable. But when you have a lot of these leaders out here, these quote-unquote joints, or these quote-unquote down-ass dudes, when they do something like that or do something foul, what they do is they'll use a different excuse for whatever's going on. You see, I was trying to make a point when I said I'm gonna call the police on your ass, you know, because I'm gonna beat your ass and call the police, because I'll be serious about that shit, man, because I don't consider myself a gang member. I don't consider myself a member. I don't consider myself none of that stuff, bro. I consider myself as a person that I get out here, I work, I pay bills. I'm a civilian. I'm not trying to do anything to trick myself off the street. I don't run around, act like I'm the hardest, toughest dude on the block, because I know where that gets you. You know, that gets you either dead or inside the penitentiary. You know, and by the grace and mercy of the law, I haven't got killed in that particular manner because I was out there in that field, but I did have to suffer behind my own actions, man, out there doing all that old stupid ass bullshit. So I made my mind up years ago that I was done with that. So I was making an example, man, and I was talking to this brother, man. He was talking about the situation with Big U called the police on SKG. And, you know, like I told him, I said, bro, in that situation, he had two choices, either to call the police or walk away. So he chose to call the police, okay, to protect himself. All right, I will give him that in that aspect. But if you, a person that you're saying that you're a leader of a particular type of entity, a hood, or things of that nature, them street rules, you don't supposed to do that. You know, either he was just supposed to walk away, or, you know, he was supposed to be on some hood shit. But now, if he was on some shit like where he had denounced his neighborhood, I don't think nobody would have too much cared about that. And then even to this day, people don't care about that because they make an excuse for that. But here's it is, when I say something that I'm going to do that, they always pretend to say I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, and I'm that, which is cool. I don't care. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me, because I'll be that, you know. So, like I said, I don't follow them particular type of rules, and I don't follow them particular type of situations and codes and fake ass etiquettes, your fake ass drama, your fake ass rules. Everything about that shit is bullshit and it's fake. There's no love in that shit at all. So I'm totally against the gang culture at its highest level. I don't know if dudes understand that. I come from that. I understand that. I understand that atmosphere. I understand that shit is not going to get you nowhere. I understand that you're not going to be no real man when you're delving off into that particular type of situation. But here's it is. You got a lot of dudes that feel that when you out here, you gang banging, that you a real nigga. You know, that's what they say. Well, I'm a real nigga. I'm a real nigga. Man, you ain't shit, bro. And I'm gonna keep on telling you guys ain't shit, man, because if you run around here and you think you're tough, rough and tough because you want to go kill your own, you ain't shit, bro. You haven't developed a mentality of a full-grown man yet, because you think you to the point where you out here doing something that's vicious. You don't even have the balls to go take over your enemy neighborhood. You don't have the balls to go do none of that stuff. But you guys will spin the block and kill one or two dudes and think y'all have done something. Nah, bro, when you in war, the objective is to conquer your whole enemy. So if your enemy set still exists, you guys ain't did shit, man. You guys haven't did nothing. You guys haven't accomplished nothing. You guys haven't did anything to that particular type of nature, man. And that be the problem. You guys really believe that y'all out here on some real live gangster or hustler shit or some real live blood shit, but you guys not, bro. You guys don't even know the details, the intricacies of war, bro. You guys don't know none of that shit, bro. You guys don't know nothing. But you guys are joints. You guys are the real niggas, because you guys want to go to the penitentiary and sacrifice your life for 30, 40, 50 years because you stand down for your hood. And when your homeboys, they gonna be out here living their life, you know, they gonna forget about your ass. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: when you go to the penitentiary and you do 10 years, next time you come back to the hood, it's gonna be a batch of new dudes, man. Because them old dudes that you was basically running with, they have elevated, or they have quit, or they have got away from that stuff. So that's what happens, man. You know, and if you guys want to continue to push down that road and that line, man, don't get mad, man, when dudes use, you know, the civilian rules on you dudes, man. You know, and I have to applaud, you know, some of the brothers, man, that, you know, come from that and got away from that, because they know better, bro. They know better. And I see a lot of brothers out here, man, you know, trying to do right by their community, you know, and I'll be tripping off how dudes be like, oh man, you know, you ain't doing nothing for the community. You don't know what the hell I'm doing, bro. Like I said, man, my community don't consist of where I used to come from, right? My community consists of where I am right now today. Like I said, I deal with kids on a whole different level. I have a rainbow coalition of kids that I deal with, bro, where I tell them what time it is. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't hide nothing. I let them know what time it is, and I let them know where they're gonna win at out here and how to be successful out here. That's what I do, man. You know, I'm not gonna sit there and bring a whole bunch of gang members around them or nothing like that, because they don't even need to be around that particular type of atmosphere or that particular type of energy. They don't need to be around none of that. When you're dealing with the kids, man, your job is to safeguard the kids on the difficult and the dangers ahead of them, bro. You should never expose them to that culture at all. You should ingrain in them that culture is basically going to get them caught up on a level where they don't want to get caught up on. You got to ingrain in them on the situation that culture is their enemy, because it is, bro. When you trying to raise your kids, we all don't want our kids. If you's an ex-gang member or a gang member, you never want your kids, bro, to experience none of that type of stuff. If you ever been to the penitentiary, you don't want your kids to experience none of that type of stuff, man. Sometimes, man, some kids take on the attributes of their parents, and, you know, they follow their footsteps. And, you know, some of them go to jail, some of them do this, and some of them do that, bro. It's unfortunate for that. But if you out here, bro, if you want to safeguard them kids and you want to do the right thing, man, tell them kids, bro, to get away from that stuff, man. Tell your family to get away from that stuff, bro. There's nothing wrong, man, to denouncing that stuff, bro. I don't know why these old ass dinosaurs be out here, man. Be talking about I'm still from the hood, I'm gonna always be where I'm from. Man, you sound like a damn moron, bro, brother. Be honest with you, sound like an oxymoron, bro. Nah, bro, you ain't from that section no more, bro. You a part of that community. There's a difference you being a part of a community and being a part of a gang section, bro. You're not part of that anymore. Now, if you want to do something for your community, alhamdulillah. If you say you want to be a part of that community, yes. If you say you're gonna be a part of, you're gonna be a part of a gang for all your life, nah, bro. No, you're not. How the hell you 70 years old and you talking about you from such and such and such and such, man? That shit don't even add up, bro. Nah. You're a part of a community, brother, and the community is that you're part of whatever your ties is at, you're a part of that community. My community right now is Busterville, California. And I give it that name, bro, because there's no rules and regulations of no fake politics where I stay at, bro. Now you have crime, you have all the bullshit, homeless or whatever it is, you have that. But all that other extra shit that you can't walk down the street at a certain time at nighttime, that you gotta walk by gang members, be scared to walk down the street, or be worried about this and worried about that, worried about the police bumping you up and all that type of stuff, bro. I don't have to worry about that, bro. So I'm saying, man, I'm a part of a community, and I'm glad I'm part of this community. I'm glad I stepped away from that stuff, bro, 30-something years, bro. And what I do is, man, and like I tell these dudes, bro, you know, if I haven't been around you for 30-something years, bro, you know, I sit back and I analyze shit. I see what's going on, and I speak to what the fuck is going on around certain things and certain situations. Because when you dealing with these type of characteristics, they're everywhere. They're in the black community, they're in the white community, Hispanic community, the Asian community. It doesn't matter. All these characteristics exist in all these communities, and a lot of brothers don't try to get away from that, man. So I don't want to hear about how you dudes talking about y'all solid dudes and you got to play by these rules, man. Once again, bro, F your rules, F your politics, and for all the brothers, man, that's standing on the right side of that bullshit that we used to represent, bro, continue to be a renegade, bro. Continue, man, to preach your truth, speak your truth, and continue, bro, to look that shit in the eye and tell them dudes, man, nigga, fuck you, nigga, you ain't shit, nigga. And because when we was all a part of that shit, we wasn't shit. So on that note, bro, y'all have a good day, man. Assalamu alaikum.